Neither of these two fellas are exactly Sugar Ray Leonard, are they? Technique's not the best, is it? If you look at Eddie Hall's clips there, he's on the pads. He's not bringing his hands back up to his head. Unless he's punching, his hand should be there. His hand should be up all the time, and even when you're punching, the other hand should be up, and he's just not doing it, as you can see, which is just, I don't know, no excuse for that in a fight or in training. There's no reason why in training you should let habits like that creep in, because you wouldn't do it in the ring, so why would you be doing it in training? Southpaw, old Thor, 6'9". Apparently they reckon he's going to be the lighter man. Both of these fellas used to be, with Thor he's over 400 pound when they were the strong men, but they're both going to be obviously very heavy compared to most other heavyweight boxers on the night. But apparently Eddie Hall's going to be heavier. He's only 6'2", 6'3" as Eddie Hall, which for an heavyweight obviously ain't massive, especially when you're fighting somebody who's 6'8", 6'9" like Thor. But apparently he's going to have the weight advantage. I think he's 34 and I think Thor's 33, if I'm not mistaken. I think a year or so in it, but yeah, not much in it, but a year or so in it. So Eddie's the heavier man and the older man. You think if either of them were going to gas, it would be Eddie. The old Thor, just googling the fight rules now. Duty-free tennis stadium, March 19th. Rounds per will contest per boxing match. Over six 2-minute rounds. 6 2-minute rounds, like I say, it's not they're not gonna have head guards on, are they? Per will not wear head guards, of course, with the event sanctioned under official professional rules, but will wear 12-ounce gloves. But they're wearing 12-ounce gloves instead of the 10. But you know, they should be able to. It's not like they shouldn't have a bit of power about them. So just reading up on it now, it's 6 2-minute rounds, which is obviously a lot less than the usual, but given how you know that it's these guys' first major fight, it's not Thor's first main fight. I don't think. I don't know what your class these other fights as. I think they're exhibitions. Don't know if any of them had a professional tag on them or what. I know the last one was a last-minute replacement against an arm wrestler who he blew away in one round, but he was miles bigger than him, and he was like mid-40s as well, so he was getting up there in age. So you'd have expected him to have done that, so you can't read much into that. But he's had fights with Vallely and Ward, I believe. Also been training with Martin Acoli in Billy Nelson's gym, Scotland, with Martin Bacoli in the same gym. So he's probably had some good sparring with him. I've seen him about with a few different people. As for Hall, I haven't really seen him about with that many people. I've seen him doing a little bit of work with Lawrence Acoli, but obviously cruiserweight. But you know, he's one of the bigger cruiserweights. Not anywhere near as big as Thor. I don't think the work was serious anyway. I'm not sure they were doing proper sparring or anything like that. But Eddie doesn't seem to have had a proper fight. I mean, there's obviously footage of him from several years ago, long before this fight was announced. I think he had some sort of exhibition bout against somebody, which was called a draw. He didn't look very impressive in that at all, but you know, that was many years ago, and we don't know how seriously he's taking. Maybe he even knew the person. It didn't seem to, because he was shoving him all over the ring. There seemed to be a fair bit of animosity there, but certainly wasn't much technique there. But yeah, you can only assume that he's improved since then, seeing as he's come out a strong man and focused his efforts onto boxing. I'm still not going to be Sugar Ray Leonard, but yeah, it's not going to be. Don't think it'll be a boxing purists fight, but it'll be interesting. We just, you know, the grudge match. Don't like each other apparently. Used to be friends, but they fell out. Don't like each other. Both massive guys, both won World's Strongest Man in the past. So, you know, there's not going to be a lack of power. Might be a lack of technique in delivering that power. But, you know, neither of them are a small target. So, there'll be there's a lot of all of them to it. But yeah, they've been training for a while now. Obviously, it's been put back since, I think it was meant to be last year originally, this. So, there's been plenty of time to train for this. They've known it's happening for a long time. And like we say, Hall has been involved with boxing before. He's done some boxing training. He has had some sort of exhibition before and a few bits of sparring before. Never seemed to be taking it that seriously. Never looked very good or particularly good. Some experience is better than no experience, I suppose. But that being said, my money is on Thor. Thor's the bigger guy. He's the younger guy. Seems to me like his training has gone better. Like I say, he's taking himself away from home. He's training in Scotland, obviously he's Icelandic. Taking himself away from home. He's training with Billy Nelson. Not sure who the guy is who Eddie's training with. I think he's just a local guy from around where he lives. Doesn't mean to say he's a bad trainer, obviously, but Billy Nelson has trained several top fighters before. He's currently got Martin Bakole, as I understand. Not a top heavyweight, but a very good standard of heavyweight. Currently in his gym, being trained. So he's obviously got him to bounce off and to spar off and learn from. It sounds to me like Thor's training arrangement is a lot better. He's going to be the lighter man, apparently. I can't imagine there's going to be much in it because of the size. But obviously he's the bigger man. He's going to have, I don't know what the stats are on the reach, but the reach is going to be a lot bigger. The height is a lot bigger. I get the sense that Eddie Hall, I mean, don't get me wrong, he's the Englishman, and I used to like Eddie Hall. I mean, I don't dislike him now. I feel like from watching him from his strongman days, I like the strongman stuff. I didn't particularly like Thor because I thought he was a bit of a sore loser, which was Eddie's point with him as to why they've fallen out, basically, as I understand it. But he seems to be, I don't know, Thor's not my favourite person in the world by any means, but Eddie isn't my favourite person in the world either. I mean, I used to like him more than I did now. I feel like he's just gotten a bit too cocky, a bit too big for his boots since he's made a lot of money and became famous and stuff. That's just the impression I get. I don't dislike him, but don't like him as much as I did. And Thor, like I say, used to get the impression that he was, I don't know, a bit of a sore loser. I mean, nobody's a good loser, but yeah, I don't know. I want to him a bit more. He seems to have humbled himself. He seems to have, you know, gone into the boxing and sort of said, I don't know anything about this. Which is the right approach, you know. He's taking it right back to, he's coming at ground level, you know. He's gone in and learnt from scratch, even though, you know, he's in his early 30s or whatever. I think he's 33 now. So when he started, he's definitely in his early 30s. Assumed nothing, you know. He's gone in, no ego or anything like that. He's just gone in and learnt at ground level from scratch. He's not, even though it is late in the day for him to be learning, you know. He seems to have done it the right way. He's taken himself away from home, working hard, fighting different people. Granted, the people who he's fought in these exhibitions have been far from, well, they haven't been world beaters, and for the most part, they haven't even been in his weight class. I mean, I know Valili is more of a cruiserweight, really, if not light heavyweight. I think Ward might even be like a super middleweight. I don't know, certainly a light heavyweight. And the other guy was a heavyweight, but he'd never boxed before. He's an arm wrestler who was in his mid-40s. So yeah, but at least he's fighting some people. Yeah, you can only respect how he's sort of humbled himself in taking on the challenge. But if you look at the work on the pad, it's not. I mean, it seems to be a lot more mobility sort of work on the pads for Eddie Hall. I mean, the trainer is moving about a fair bit more, which is, you know, is good. And the trainer's a shorter man than Eddie, but he's holding the pad right up high, which again is the right thing. If he's getting used to he's gonna have to get used to doing a headshot on somebody who's 6'9" when he's 6'2", 6'3". Somebody who's 6 inches, if not more, higher than him. You know, it's the right position to have the pad. Not massively impressive. I mean, the footwork's all over the place. He's ending his combinations with a jab, which isn't necessarily, it's not technically a wrong thing to do, but he's done that more than once here. It's not something that you'd want to be doing all the time, wouldn't I say? But my money's on Thor. He's the younger man, bigger man. Seems to have taken it, saying either of them haven't taken it seriously, but he seems to have taken it more seriously, certainly recently. More experience in the ring than Eddie. Also, he's a southpaw, and obviously as a southpaw, you get used to seeing orthodox right-handed people more often, because most people obviously are right-handed. But as the orthodox fighter as Eddie is, you don't see as many southpaws, because again, most people are right-handed. So it is an advantage being a southpaw for the most part, but also with his extra size, and I think the weight's going to be a big factor as well. Like I say, Eddie's apparently going to be the heavier guy. It's only 6 2-minute rounds, which is a bit, but yeah, even so, it's at a high pace. You know, he's never been in the ring on the night. I know, obviously been in stadiums and stuff, so he'll be used to like the adrenaline of performing. But I would imagine the adrenaline of lifting weights in front of a few people. Well, I say a few thousand people in stadiums, you know, which is going to be shown on the telly 6 months later at Christmas time. It's going to be a fair bit different than actually fighting somebody who is naturally a lot bigger than you. B, you're actually fighting them. They're trying to hurt him. And C, it's a packed arena. There's going to be thousands of people there by all accounts, and it's going to be going live all over the world. I mean, yeah, as much as I'd like Eddie Hall to win as the Englishman, my money is going to be on Thor, just due to the size, the weight that he's dropped, the reach, the height, the experience in the ring, and I just feel like he's taken it. I think he's taken more of a professional approach to his training. The fact that he's taken himself away from home, the fact that He's had boxing matches, albeit against people that are smaller than him, but let's face it, most people are going to be smaller than him. Eddie Hall himself is smaller than him in terms of, you know, the height and the reach. My money's on Thor.